using my Acer Winbook because we can learn our own speed.
I like using my Acer Winbooks because I get to play maths games.
We could go onto Times Table Rockstars and practice our times tables.
I've gone faster at my times tables using my Winbook.
Having my own Winbook is good because I can find information really quickly.
If we're doing homework and we get stuck, we can message the teacher without coming in the next day and asking her.
I'm able to use Teams when I need her and she can also help me.
I feel more independent and confident because we get to bring our Acer Winbooks home. We have the responsibility to bring it back into school.
It helps with my homework because I can search up things, play Scratch and make our own games.
And see what apps we could use, and some of us go on busy things, we can make our own stuff.
As a digital lead, I help my classmates use their Winbooks. I feel like more of a grown-up.
The Just Cause partnership with Cirrus really covers so many different aspects. A really key aspect is change management. So we're not just throwing devices at students and hoping it's going to have an impact. We're actually managing that change by empowering the staff to understand how they can make the most of the devices and also integrate them really well into their pedagogy.
The children have become much more resilient and independent learners. The Year 2 children are able to log into their Acer Winbooks independently.
We no longer just use technology in a computing lesson. It now encompasses the whole curriculum across the whole school as well.
It gives pupils the opportunity to be able to access parts of their learning at home, find that it gives pupils that sense of ownership.
So we're seeing students more engaged, the students are receiving instant feedback, they're able to access their learning at home, and students with special needs are also able to have that constant extra support.
The teachers are able to differentiate the work to ensure that no child is left behind with their learning.
It really helps when pupils ask me how to support children with SEND using their one-on-one Winbooks, because there's such a strong network of digital learning leads across the Trust.
Each week, the Just Cause Education team met with the digital learning leads from each school across the Trust, and we'd train them and we'd show them the different EdTech innovations that were coming out, so they would then support their staff, support their students.
So the digital learning leads have been trained by Just Cause, and we've had CPD, which then I've disseminated to my teaching team at schools.
And then in turn, we've been able to train the rest of our staff to use those Winbooks and to use those Winbooks to the best of their capacity.
When we were delivering the CPD, the questions sort of changed from being around how do we use this software to actually how can we really use these devices to accelerate teaching and learning.
When we first received the devices, Just Cause created training guides for staff, for pupils and for parents.
The videos that Just Cause have made have been really supportive for the teaching staff and parents as well.
And they provide it in such a really easy to access way that it's really easy to then provide that same experience for the children and help them feel responsible for the Winbooks.
We selected the Acer Winbooks primarily because of the STEM Rewards programme. The key parts of the STEM Reward programme were the support that we've got supporting our teachers and the ongoing CPD programme.
Which is an ongoing programme that's going to span over 24 months. The idea was to kind of move the schools away from being islands to a more holistic model.
So when we first started working with the Trust, it was really clear that they had some huge aspirations, but they did have a huge amount of aging technology.
It was quite a big project, and thanks to cloud technology, just with one login detail, students and teachers, they got the access to entire school network.
The idea was to move more towards mobile-based learning, and as a result there was a driver to invest in the wireless infrastructure to future-proof the investment for the next 5 to 10 years, and we utilised Microsoft 365 to kind of lay the foundations for that.
So we've had lots of support from Just Cause, from their engineers, in returns to supporting the infrastructure prior to all the works we had done last summer.
With the new Wi-Fi structure put in place, you can have a whole class of children using the internet at the same time, whether it's a computing lesson or any kind of lesson they're doing. Obviously when we were at home they were able to access Teams, all the children across the Key Stage 1 were able to use that. They've been able to move that into their learning within school as well.
We're really excited about what the future holds. The fact that our Year 5 and 6 pupils now have their own device means that no child is going to be disadvantaged if they're in a position where they have to engage in remote learning.
With my own Winbook, I don't need to share it with anyone else.
My Acer Winbook helps me learn.
I prefer using my Acer Winbook than paper for my homework.
My Acer Winbook helps me stay on top of my game.